Hello everyone, I'm the FC and this is Blue Lines TV, and today I'm bringing you guys another transfer news video. And in today's video I'm going to be talking about Kante and Paris Saint-Germain links, I'm going to be talking about ZAPPACOSTA, and I'm going to be talking about FLORENZI as well. But you guys, and I'm always saying this all the time, you know what's about to come? Smash that like button, help me get more than 500 likes for today's video, and press that bell notification button as well to stay notified to all things Blue Lines TV. But starting with the first story of today, and we have to talk about N'Golo Kante and these links linking him with a move to Paris Saint-Germain. Now, all of this news has been broken by Paris United, and these guys made their name by obviously breaking the Neymar deal, so they do have a bit of credibility when it does come to things surrounding Paris Saint-Germain and transfer news. And they're the ones breaking this Kante story that you're seeing in publications like, news publications in England and from BT Sport, etc, etc. Now with Paris Saint-Germain, they are desperate for a new midfield player. Of course, Thiago Motta is getting very old now. He probably won't be here for next season. And they did miss out on Fabinho. They have been linked with him for a while since last season. They weren't actually able to afford him due to spending so much on Mbappe and Neymar, but he's gone to Liverpool now, so they are targeting Kante, and Kante is someone that they have been inquiring about over the years. Of course, we beat them to the competition of his signature when we signed him. They have been speaking to him last year as well in regards to the availability and if he would be interested in moving to Paris as well. But Kante, and this is coming in March too, stated that he isn't interested in a move to Paris Saint-Germain and he does want to stay at Chelsea. They state that Kante and Julian Weigl of Dortmund are candidates that Paris Saint-Germain are looking into. Now, Paris United are actually reporting that Karim Dewey, who is Kante's agent at this moment, is pushing for Kante to make that move from Chelsea to Paris Saint-Germain. And you guys, later on this week, I will be talking about potential transfer target we're looking into and his agent, so you can't afford to miss out on that. Now, one of the main reasons as to why Karim Dewey is trying to push for Kante to make this move to Paris is the fact that he won't be Kante's agent by the end of December. It makes a lot of sense. Agents are very self-serving a lot of times, so of course he's thinking, you know what, we can make a ton of money from this. I can get a final payoff before we leave. You'll be making more money than what you're making at Chelsea, plus you'll be playing for a better team as well. He's most likely seeing this as a win-win situation. Not only that, Paris United are also stating that people from Kante's entourage are also pushing him to make the move to Paris Saint-Germain, and because of this constant pressure, Kante is kind of seeing the light and he isn't as opposed to this deal as he was a few months ago. They also state that Karim, Kante's agent, and the Paris Saint-Germain director, Antero Henrique, have been meeting each other and have had a few meetings as well. Paris United state that PSG have made an initial bid of 80 million euros for N'Golo Kante. And just to end their report, they are stating as well that Pini Zahavi, a guy I have been speaking about quite a lot on this channel recently, obviously the agent of Robert Lewandowski, and of course he's had a very long history with Chelsea as well. They're stating that he can play a part in this move, and he has been tasked with looking for Kante replacements, and those replacements he has been looking at are Ndombele of Lyon, a guy that the club are actually monitoring already. I told you guys this back in January. Diarra from Napoli and Seri from Nice. Now you guys, this is the part where I give my thoughts and opinions on the story. Let's start with realities right now. The first reality we can't forget is that Paris Saint-Germain do need to meet financial fair play. Of course, they need to sell a lot of players, obviously balance the books. They spent 400 million on Mbappe and Neymar. Currently, they aren't in any situation to spend that type of money that it would take to bring Kante to PSG. Another reality is that if Chelsea were to sell Kante, it would have to be a stupid offer that would easily go past 100 million, because he is one of the pinnacle players in midfield in the world. Now, is there a way for Paris Saint-Germain to obviously circumvent financial fair play, try to make a deal for Kante happen? Well, one thing that has happened over the past few days is that in Ligue 1, they have been selling their TV right package deal, and of course, beIN Sport, they have made a big bid, and they have really supercharged this deal by obviously investing more than $1 billion to showcase Ligue 1. And beIN Sport are a Qatari-backed company, and Qatari Paris Saint-Germain, yeah, of course, Paris Saint-Germain are owned by the Qatari family, so they found a legal way to obviously help Paris Saint-Germain balance the books by obviously increasing the money that clubs are going to earn from the TV right deal. And it's not the first time PSG have done moves like this. But this deal won't kick in until the 2020 season. So Paris Saint-Germain currently still need to sell players to try and balance the books. Of course, a lot of guys are leaving. Reports that Cavani could be going, and I can see them just moving Mbappe to that striking position. Motta going. A lot of players on very high wages will be leaving as well. PSG could generate some funds to try and sign Kante. Now, this is definitely something very interesting. I haven't heard anything right now at this moment in time in regards to there being any credibility behind the story. Again, if Kante's agent has spoken to Paris Saint-Germain, that doesn't mean that Kante will be definitely going. It's just a reality of how football works. Agents are constantly advertising their players and they will hold meetings with interested parties. That doesn't mean that a deal is happening. It's just how it works. Obviously, you have to do best for your client. Still though, after saying all of that, I don't see this deal happening. Kante really does like Chelsea. There's a lot to be hopeful for with the new manager coming in. New style of players, new style of football as well. Hazard staying. There's a lot happening at Chelsea. I don't see Kante leaving to go to Paris Saint-Germain. And even if Paris Saint-Germain did bring in a massive offer, let's say it was 150 million, I still see Chelsea rejecting that type of deal. But anyway, you guys, we can just watch this space and see what happens. But it is something interesting to talk about. Now, moving on to the second story of today, and that's in regards to Florenzi of Roma. Now, this story is being reported by Gazzetta dello Sport, and they're stating that Chelsea have made contact with a 27-year-old Florenzi, but no official bid or offer has been made by Chelsea. Gazzetta also go on to state that Juventus and Inter Milan are also interested in Florenzi as well, and the reason as to why Florenzi looks like he'll be available during the summer is that contract talks have broken down with himself and with Roma. They don't want to meet the wage demands that Florenzi does want, and his contract will be expiring in the next 12 months. So of course, when you're in a position like that, when the player hasn't agreed to the new contract, terms have broken down, you don't want to risk him leaving for free. So there's a massive possibility that Florenzi will be leaving this summer if obviously talks don't really continue. Now, that's the news reported by Gazzetta dello Sport. I'm going to give my personal opinions. Now, with Florenzi, he is a good player. I'm not going to deny that. I can imagine a lot of people are about to roll their eyes, but you guys, is he an upgrade to Victor Moses? No, he isn't an upgrade to Victor Moses. Are they on the same level? Yep, I'd probably say that they are around that same level. They are pretty good. You'd probably say that Florenzi, when it comes to his crossing, one of his best attributes, probably his best attribute that he does possess. He's stronger at that compared to Moses, but when it comes to defending, winning 50-50s and aerial duels as well as obviously creating more chances through dribbling situations, that's something that Moses is better at compared to Florenzi. And even though with Florenzi, that could be an interesting signing if he was bought with the intention of having squad depth. Of course, with Florenzi, he's also able to play on the wings and in midfield as well, so he's a very multifaceted type of player. But you guys, when you have two players of the same level competing for the same spot, naturally someone's going to end up not being very happy. And there's a reason why when you look at most teams and most squads, you don't have two top class players fighting for one position. It just doesn't really work like that. Is there any point investing time and money into a guy that isn't an upgrade to Victor Moses? No, I don't think so. Even looking at their stats, Moses got 4 goals and 3 assists during the season. Florenzi got 2 goals and 5 assists. And take into consideration that Florenzi is playing for a very attacking and fluid 4-3-3 team by Di Francesco at Roma right now. Now imagine if Moses had that same license where he did have that same type of creative freedom that Florenzi has playing for Roma. Do you see where I'm coming from? This is why I keep saying with next season with a new manager and new style, we'll start to see different things to players that people weren't expecting, and I honestly feel that Moses is one of those guys that will definitely be proving a lot of people wrong. Now moving on to the final report, and that's from Football Italia, and they're stating that Inter Milan are interested in signing ZAPPACOSTA, but it's not on a permanent. They want to sign him on loan for this season with the option to buy at the end of the season. Now, with ZAPPACOSTA, he does share the same agent as a current Inter Milan player, and that is Matthias Vecino. Inter are looking at a replacement for Cancelo because they only signed this guy on loan from Valencia. He will be returning back there, and they do need to sign a new right back. Other targets that Football Italia state that Inter Milan are looking into are Piccini of Sporting Lisbon and Berezinski of Sampdoria. Now, in my opinion, I feel that this could make a lot of sense. I do see ZAPPACOSTA being one of the players to leave. Of course, he was signed under Conte's influence as well. With Conte leaving, I can't imagine other managers wanting him. There's a possibility that he will go, especially as the club can make some money from him. We do have a lot of top-class youth options as well, with Reece James, Dujon Sterling, that could easily fulfill that backup role at right back. And let's not forget too, we've got Azpilicueta there. If we are going to be moving to a back four system, that means that Aspi can probably play a lot of games as a right back during the season. So in a way, we don't even really have to sign any right back players. We already have players in the squad that can fulfill the backup duties and can fight for their place at right back. It makes sense too. ZAPPACOSTA could probably get more regular game time at Inter Milan. We've done a lot of deals, in particular with Italian teams, where we regularly loan them players. I mean, for example, with Fernando Torres and his move to AC Milan, with Cuadrado and his multi-year loan move to Juventus with the option to buy at the end. Chelsea aren't opposed to those types of deals, so we should definitely watch this space. But anyway, you guys, before I go, I just want to shout out the interview by Londoners Blue podcast. Yes, they did an interview with David Luiz that has come out. You guys support them. Fantastic interviews. Thank you to everyone that listened to me and watched their videos on Paulo Ferreira and Willian. A lot of you guys watched it. It's another fantastic interview with David Luiz. These guys are one of the best Chelsea content creators, so make sure you check out their podcast as well. But anyway, you guys, that's going to end today's video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Remember, smash that like button. Help me get more than 500 likes for today's video. And press that bell notification button as well. Press it. I know a lot of you guys are pressing it. I'm close to getting 12% of people obviously engaging with the bell notification button. My target is to try and get to 20%. So everyone that presses that button obviously helps me get to my goal. You guys, thank you for watching. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines TV. Signing out.